Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Arai Classic V 3/4 helmet available at RevZilla.com. This is the Classic V from Arai, new for the spring of 18. Not the first time we've seen them do a 3/4, but they've done a handful of things well. The first thing that you need to understand is this is an Arai helmet, which means dollar for helmet. You're investing at a higher level, but you're gonna get a longer lifespan and a better protection scheme out of this helmet. DOT, Snell rated, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. So super, super lightweight, but it's going to work really well across the board, and it's also going to fit well. You'll note it is a 3/4, and ultimately that is your choice. If you want to be a little bit more retro inspired, personally I like full faces because something like 45+% of all impacts happen actually to your chin and face. But if you're going down this path, this is a great option that's going to play with the big boys. Arai is a big boy in the space, and some of the more premium 3/4 retro options. Now, quick note on Fitment. I already told you it's Snell and DOT and super lightweight. That is what we love about this helmet and the Arai quality fit and finish that typically comes out of their manufacturing in Japan. Fit-wise, intermediate oval, a little bit longer front to back, not round, not narrow, right down the middle of the fairway. I'm an intermediate oval, 70–80% of the US market is as well. If you're outlier fit, you're going to know it. Use a size chart, it fits true to size. Ultimately, it should work for most riders. We'll ship for free over 39 bucks in case you're concerned about that sizing. And I love if you click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel, leave me your comments or questions, your feedback on this Classic V. Now, diving into the shell. It's using that peripherally belted shell that carries that Snell rating. Again, super lightweight, but again, reinforced using their proprietary system for laying the fibers of these helmets. It's great. Ultimately, if we look at some of the other details here on this spherical shape, which is really an energy management system, 5 snaps on the front, flat shields, bubble shield, tinted shields. You can kind of go in whatever direction you want. You also have a goggle strap on the back here with a snap if you just want to rock the goggle side of it. But I will tell you a little funky quirk here. All of the shields connect with 3 snaps, leaving 2 snaps exposed. Little interesting thing, I think they went with 5 snaps to make it look a little bit more balanced when you're not wearing or not using a shield, but ultimately keep that in mind. One of my gripes here, I have very few on this helmet, other than the fact that you really need to know you're investing in a higher level and understand the right value proposition. Ultimately, if we look at this, you're going to see stitching across synthetic leather. It doesn't feel cheap to the touch, but they didn't use real leather there. Again, probably from a durability standpoint or a cost standpoint, but either way, I just want to call that out so you're not looking at it and saying, oh, it's premium leather. It's going to be a synthetic microfiber. Keep that in mind. If we look at the interior guts of this helmet, there's some removability, which I like, but it's not a full removability. First thing you're going to note is that it is a comfort liner that you typically see across the Arai range. Typically the same materials. They're going to wick, be antimicrobial, and be nice and cooling. You can, however, remove the cheek pads, although you cannot remove and defuncify the main comfort liner. Again, that's a little bit of a gripe. And when I remove a cheek pad here, which you can do on your own, again, snap on the bottom, what you're gonna see is we do have a speaker cutout as well for a comm unit. Comm units for either entertainment, directions, or rider-to-rider communication are popular these days, and you have plenty of surface area to sticky mount or potentially clamp mount if you wanted to go down that route. The other thing I wanna call out, if we look at the interior guts of this helmet, is right where my fingers are. You can't see it because ultimately you're going to have it covered by this non-removable liner, but there are 2 big intake scoops. And what happens with those scoops, they pull air in, they channel it down the mohawk, keeping your head cool, and they actually extricate that air, that warm, moist air, pulling that sweat away, evacuating it out of the back of the helmet. You're gonna see air comes out right where my hand is, and air comes out of these direct vents, which actually behind the helmet always typically is a vacuum at speed, is going to help pull and extract warm, moist air out of the helmet through these 2 exhaust ports. So again, typically don't see that level of functionality and thought go into the venting scheme other than just some basic vents here in a 3/4 helmet. But ultimately, where you're at with this, in the first 2 years, you're gonna say, yeah, it's a great Arai helmet. It's a great 3/4. It's very, very light, and it fits well. In year 3 through 5, as you really put this helmet deeper into that range, typically helmets have a 5-year lifespan. That's where the fit, finish, level of quality, and attention to detail comes into play on an Arai. It's going to cool you off. It's going to hold up better over time. And again, over the $400, it's no slouch from an investment standpoint, but that's why you're investing in a premium product. A couple other things to call out. We talked about fit earlier. This helmet sits low on the head, but not as low as something like the Bell Custom 500, but I wouldn't call it a mushroom top at all. sometimes you have cheaper helmets that are open face or 3/4 that sit high on the head. It doesn't do that. And ultimately, you have 4 colors available. This is our Frost Black, which comes with the blacked out logo. The other gray Frost as well as black and white gloss helmets are going to have a more traditional Arai logo. Ultimately, not a ton of gripes with this helmet, though. The next step in your journey is click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com. Read other rider reviews. You should not just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship free over $39. If you want to talk to a Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember to subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion, the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.